Guess I need to put myself up on the screen, don't I? Good morning, everyone. It has been a very long time since I have gone live, and I am so excited to be here with you today. Hopefully, people will start popping in that used to watch me before, but I wanted to just say hello. And I'm going to restart my live streams every Wednesday if I can, if I'm not traveling or if I'm not sick or something else is going on that day. But every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So this is the first one. For those of you who don't know me, I am Karen Whooley. I've been a designer since 1998 when I sold my first pattern to Annie's Attic. And over the years, I have done all sorts of patterns from magazines and multiple designer books to now having my own line of patterns and self-publishing books. For a while, about a year and a half, I started doing pre-recorded videos because I was getting a little tired of going live and having to fight with some of the spam people that were following me and doing stuff on my chat. So I went to pre-recorded, and then I had to stop that because last year I had shoulder surgery, and it was several months before I was able to do a whole lot. I'm fine. I can use my arm again. But I decided as I was working this off season, my off season is from Thanksgiving through the end of the year. I do all the behind the scenes stuff. I hardly do anything in the public eye. That I really needed to restart doing my live streams. And there's a lot of reasons why, but my main one is recording without people in front of me or chatting with me is really hard. I love doing live streams. I love doing Zoom calls. Now I'm doing Google Meet calls. We'll talk about that in just a minute, but having people in front of me is the reason I am going back to doing live. Now, while I can't see you, I can see you in the chat. And I'm the first person just popped in and said hello. And that's Brat's mom. Hello, Linda. I'm so glad you're here. I'm just giving a little introduction. Linda's one of the people who has been around for a long time. So I'm really excited to be back. Now, while it's been a while since I've done this, I'm going to be a lot rusty with how the software works. So bear with me. But the first thing I want to do is I want to do a notification about the giveaway. I am doing a giveaway today. And the giveaway, I'm going to share my screen here really quick. Hang on. And there it is. No, that's not it. Where is it? This one, I think. Nope. That one. Oh, here it is. There we go. There we go. I'm going to share the screen here really quick. Hopefully you can see it there on the screen. I'm giving away a free pattern. This time around, it's going to be the Wanderlust wrap. It is one of my favorite patterns that I've done over the years. And it's proven to be very popular. So I am giving away that pattern today, and I will mention it a couple times on the screen. But in order to win that pattern in the chat, I need to put that up as well. I forgot that I can go ahead and put extra things on the screen. So hang on one second. You're going to type into chat #New Year, no spaces, exactly as you see it on the screen. Type in #New Year, and you'll be entered into the drawing. And later on, I will go ahead and do a pull the drawing, pull the name of who's going to win that prize. I just saw Deborah come in. Good morning, Deborah. It's good to see you too. Guess what? I'm going to Alaska, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So stay tuned. I will be in Alaska, though. And here's Kathy. Good morning, Kathy. Good to see you here. So I'm so excited. If you haven't gotten that pattern and you're seeing these hashtags, that is for the giveaway I'm going to do at the end of the show. And again, I will show that again. I see a lot of New Year's coming up. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on. Okay, so like I mentioned, it's been a very, very long time since I have done a live stream. So you're gonna have to bear with me with some of the technical stuff on this. I forgot that I can keep things up on the ready to share, and I haven't done that. So I bear with me. One of the things I want to talk about is Karen Whooley Designs and where it's going. 2026 is my 28th year in business. So you're going to see a lot of new things happening. The biggest thing is I'm going to be doing my branding is changing, and I'm going to pull up my website here for a second, just so that you can see a little bit of the branding that's happening. I'm sharing the screen here. You can see right here in the top corner, top left side, I have a new logo. I need to adjust that to make it a little bit bigger, but that is my new logo. And I have new colors coming. Most of that is like this blue. I have a different color for the background, all sorts of stuff. But that's my biggest thing right now for the new branding. So I wanted to talk to you about that. And you're going to see some new things happening with me. I'm going to stop sharing that for right now. And let's see how you're going to see a whole different way of doing things here at Karen Whooley Designs. I'm going to be releasing patterns, brand new patterns on Friday. So for example, right now I'm in the process of doing a baby blanket duo. The second pattern of the duo is going to come out on Friday. So if you're not subscribed to my newsletter, go to KarenWhooley.com. I'm going to take Kathy off the screen, and you'll see under my name is my website. And you can go there and subscribe to my newsletter. And if you're not subscribed, you will get a 10% discount on your first order. And that's the second thing that's new about Karen Whooley Designs is I'm not giving away a free pattern anymore every year for newsletter subscribers. You get a 10% coupon for a new one. Those of you who are already subscribed know that you guys get special perks that people who are not subscribed get, like extra discounts and things like that. So stay tuned for that as far as being a regular subscriber. But I'm not doing the free pattern of the year anymore. It's just a lot of work at the end of the year that it's just not feasible for me to do anymore, especially in this stage of my business. So, but that doesn't mean it won't come back, or you may give a free pattern in the future. But right now I have had to make the decision to stop that. And then one of the other things you're going to see, and if you've been a subscriber of my newsletter, you are going to see that I am no longer designing in worsted weight or heavier yarns. And I know a lot of you, worsted weight is your favorite, and I apologize for that. But as a designer, worsted weight for me and where I want my designs to go it's too chunky. I'm not an amigurumi. I don't do a lot of blankets. Even garments to me in crochet need to be lighter weight, no heavier than DK. So you will see going forward, these two blanket patterns that I'm releasing this month are the last of the worsted weight. And that Wanderlust wrap that I'm giving away today, that is a worsted weight shawl, just so you know. But those are the last of my worsted weight patterns. Not to say that my catalog is not going to have them anymore, because I am keeping anything that's made in worsted weight will remain in my catalog. So don't worry about that. If there's something there that you wanted to make and you haven't bought it yet, it's going to be there. My catalog's not changing. So, but it's just everything going forward. And Deborah just posted that she's enjoyed the baby blankets. I'm so glad. I am so glad. There's one more coming on Friday, so stay tuned. And I should mention too that you can buy those patterns in two ways. You can buy them individually as they're released. Last Friday, I released the what do you call it? Shades of blue, pink and blue, which is the squares. And then I this week I'm releasing the weekend baby blanket, which is literally a blanket you can make in a weekend. And they're both $9 separately, but you can also, if you go into my website and scroll under patterns, it'll say ebooks. You can buy them together as what I'm calling an ebook, even though they're separate patterns. You can buy them as an ebook for $14 for the set, rather than $18 if you buy them separately. So that is a way you can get those patterns at a little bit of a discount. So I'm going to be doing that a bit this year. So I'm going to be doing packaging like that of patterns. And in fact, the next package will be coming out in March, and I'm not going to talk about that one today, but I wanted to let you know that that's happening. And Linda just said she won some yarn that's perfect for Wanderlust. Yay! Okay, so definitely make that one if you have that yarn. That's awesome. That's one of my favorite patterns that I've done in worsted weight because it actually shows off the stitches. It was done in Malabrigo's worsted yarn. Originally, that pattern was designed for, I don't know if you guys remember Knit Crate. Knit Crate was a subscription box, and they would do, give you yarn and patterns, and designers would come out and do patterns and things like that. And that was originally designed for them. And then when they closed the business, I got all my patterns back. And that's one of the patterns that I got back that I redid in a different color, because the color that they had me do was unique to Knit Crate and is not available anywhere else. So I decided to use a different Malabrigo, and the same weight. It was still worsted, just in a different color. So and everybody seems to like that purple. So hopefully I'm selling a lot of purple Malabrigo worsted for that shawl. Anyway, okay, so that is the second thing. The third thing is that if you are not aware, I released a book last year in July, again, because this is my first live Zoom or any Zoom call, or not Zoom, YouTube call in the last year and a half or so. Well, more, yeah, about a year and a half. Live, it's been probably more than that. But I haven't really promoted this on YouTube, but I did release a book called Socks the Crochet Way. It's a book. It's the definitive book on crocheting socks. It's got everything from how to make cuff down, heel flap and gusset, cuff down, short row heel, and then toe up with both of those heels. And then I have 2 extra how-tos in there. One was an afterthought heel, and one is an ankle sock, how to do the ankle sock part, different cuffs, all that kind of thing. And then there's 25 patterns of the socks in here. Here's simple lace. There's a section on colorwork socks. There's a section on cables. One of my favorite cables is almost here. Let me grab it. This seems to be everybody's favorite on what do you call it? Ravelry. Sorry, guys. That's got the most favorites right now. That's the cover photo too. But my favorite are the owl socks. I don't know if you guys can see the little owl on there. Those are my favorite cable socks. Color work. I've done some fun socks like tube socks and yoga socks, and the no-show socks where you can wear them in their tennis shoes, but they don't show the cuff or anything like that. I've done a pedicure set of socks. I've done a lot of colorwork socks. You can purchase this book. I'm going to tell you right now. On my website, it's $29.95. In most places, it's $29.95. However, on Amazon, you're going to be paying over $30. I think it's $32.95, because Amazon prints these and they charge so much that I would not make any profit on the print book at all, at all. So that's why there's a little bit of a price bump. So the best place to buy it is direct from me. Again, KarenWhooley.com. You'll see if you scroll down my home screen, you'll see there's a place where you can click. It'll bring you to the book itself and you can order it. I also sell the ebook on my website, and the ebook's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, all of the places. And if you are one of those people who likes the library, a lot of libraries have it in the ebook format using Hoopla or Everand. So just so you know, someone not too long ago actually pinged me and asked me about seeing the book on Everand and Hoopla, thinking that someone stole it and put it up. Nope, that's not the case. A publisher can actually list their own books on Hoopla and Everand. So I believe all of my self-published books are there. So if you're interested in looking at my books there before buying your own copy, you can do that too. So that's the book. I've been a lot about socks over the last year and a half. Socks are one of those projects that are portable and fun to make and all sorts of other things. And I have some socks patterns that are coming out. I'll show you a couple of them here a little bit later, but I wanted to tell you about that. And then the other thing I want to talk about, because it's closing tomorrow, is my Crochet Crew. And I'm going to share my screen here again really quick. And I am going to go to the Crochet Crew page just really quick. I am only opening the doors for the Crochet Crew. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to look at my screen here. Yep, you can see my Crochet Crew. The Crochet Crew is my membership program. It's actually been a super fun thing. This is our third year. It's the second year in its current way of doing things, but the third year that I've done this. The first year it was a pattern club, and literally we use Discord to chat. That's our chat mode, is in Discord. And then here's what you get inside, and a lot of people don't realize how much is there. We do weekly live gatherings. Right now it's every Thursday. We hop on Google Meet. And we chat and bring our projects and drink coffee or tea or whatever it is that you're drinking at that time of day. And we just chat. I mean, a lot of times we solve the world's problems. A lot of times, I wouldn't say politically, but like health issues, that kind of thing. And other times it's just we're talking about crochet and things we've seen in the crochet arena. Sometimes it's all sorts of stuff. I mean, and we're always sharing our projects, where most of us are crocheting or knitting. The one thing is a lot of our members are knitters as well. So sometimes we're doing both. But this is mostly focused on crochet. Every month, in fact, yesterday we did our first one of the year. I do an hour-long mini course. Yesterday was on linked stitches. And like recent topics, we've had how to do the jasmine stitch, joining motifs in one continuous way. I've done some finishing techniques, all sorts of stuff. Those are recorded and they are in the platform that we use forever. So even if you join today, everything we did last year, you have access to those classes. Now I have here listed 4 self-paced workshops each year for free. Those self-paced workshops are going away only because, again, I don't like to record things without somebody in front of me. So I'm going to do more classes. And so what I'm doing is every month, I'm doing at least 2 Google Meet classes. They used to be Zoom. Now they're Google Meet classes. And Crochet Crew members get them for 50% off. You get access to all of our challenges. And like, if you join by the end of day tomorrow, you can join us for our whips to finished objects challenge. It's a 3-month challenge. It's going strong. People are already posting their finished objects. I'm really excited about that. And then you get every new pattern I release. So like this month I released those 2 blankets. You get both of those blankets for free. Last year I released the Wanderlust wrap. Everybody in the crew got that for free. There's another pattern coming out next month. Everybody's getting that for free. So that's kind of how it works. And then you get special pricing on everything else, books, patterns, workshops, whatever it is that I'm releasing, you always get discounts. And so when you add it up, you're getting 52 weeks of live sessions. You're getting a deep dive class. You're ignore the quarterly workshops. You're getting the crochet alongs. We have a challenge or a crochet along coming in May that and everybody is able to join, but Crochet Crew gets some perks that everybody else doesn't get or they have to pay for to get. So that's something else that's going on. New pattern releases, you get your discounts, and conservatively that's $1,200, and right now it's $25 a month or $250 a year, and you get 2 months free. It's for intermediate to advanced crocheters, not beginners who are just learning how to crochet. This is more for people, maybe advanced beginner is a better way to say it, to learn and grow and have people to work with you. If you can't attend the live sessions, they're all recorded. It's just the weekly chats that aren't recorded. And you can try it and cancel. There's no long-term contract. If you purchase the yearly version at $250 a year, if you decide to cancel mid-year, you still have access until when it was supposed to renew, just so that you know. So that's the Crochet Crew. That's new. There's more coming. In fact, yesterday when I did the mini class, and oh, that's why. Here we go. Again, I told you I was going to need some patience with me and the software. Yesterday when we had our mini course, I did present the question of possibly having like a retreat weekend, a live and or virtual retreat weekend. That's something that might be coming in 2027, is just so that you know that these things are coming. The Crochet Crew is closing tomorrow at about 4 p.m. Pacific time, and it will not open again until April. I'm only opening it 4 times a year for 2 weeks for new members. So if you decide after tomorrow, I will have a wait list so that you'll be notified when it opens again. So just stay tuned for that. But the Crochet Crew is so much fun. If anybody here is part of the Crochet Crew and wants to say something in chat, let me know, or just put it in chat and I will put it on the screen. So I just wanted to mention the Crochet Crew because it is closing tomorrow. And then I just wanted to show you a little bit of what we're working on lately and what's going to be coming as far as patterns are concerned. But I forgot. Before I show you those, I wanted to mention I'm going to share my screen one more time to show you. I'm going to go back to the Crochet Crew here and then go back to my website. Here's my website. Under the top here, I have workshops, and you see it says Zoom workshops. Right now, it's only, we're using Google Meet rather than Zoom. I need to change that. But I've already got classes set up for January, February, and part of March. The 2 January classes are laying the groundwork, Foundation Frenzy, and Decipher the Code. Foundation Frenzy, we're not only going to learn the 2 of the basics, the foundation double and the foundation half double or triple, one of those 2 I'll teach. I'm going to teach you some fancy foundations. The first one here, you can kind of see here is this ripple stitch, or not the ripple stitch, the shell stitch. Underneath the shell stitch is how to do a foundation ripple stitch, how to do a fillet stitch, how to do like a granny start, all kinds of different ways of doing foundation. So you never have to work a chain and then do your stitches. Decipher the Code is beginning pattern reading. It does not include the The charts, this is literally taking a pattern piece. There's a lot of patterns out there that people are doing, have no charts. And a lot of crocheters these days are self-taught through YouTube and don't know how to read a pattern. So this is a class for anyone you might know who's a crocheter that is struggling reading patterns. That is a great class for them to learn how to break down the pattern and understand what's going on. Then from February, I'm doing Let's Do the Twist, which is a cable masterclass. This is going to cover all the things like how do I keep my stitch count right? And how do I know if I skipped a stitch when I'm doing the cables or whatever? That is what this class is about. And then Crochet Lace Basics is one of my oldies but goodies, is about doing crocheted lace without the headache of tiny hooks. So that's one of my favorites. And then March, the first one I have scheduled for March is Colorwork Made Easy. And this is my signature colorwork class that I have taught for a lot of years. I've revamped it, and it's going to be one of the classes I teach in March. I haven't decided for sure which one is the second one. So if you're interested in any of these classes, the prices are here. All of the dates are listed. And starting in February, I may add a couple. These are all on Saturdays, these classes here listed. And I did that on purpose because most people have been asking me for a Saturday class because they work during the week. But I am going to add some weekday classes as well starting in February. I just haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. So just stay tuned on that. But those are the classes that I am working on. I'm going to go back to this. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so Linda's talking about the Crochet Crew. She loves the crew. She's met so many new friends, and the classes are fun. I'm so glad you think that. That's awesome. Thanks, Linda, for popping in with that. Okay, so let's talk about what I've been working on. I actually have 12 patterns that are complete. Well, one is almost complete. I can't show you that one because that one is actually our mystery crochet along in May, but I can show you some of the others that I've done, and I'm kind of excited about them. So if I get a little excited, you know why. First three I'm going to show you are socks. These are coming out. These are coming out in summer. I'm going to do a summer sock series. And I thought, even though they are, they're going to come out later this year, I thought I'd show them to you to give you an idea of what I do with socks. So the first one is called Ocean Waves Socks. This will be coming out in June. And this is gonna, these are toe up, heel flap and gusset socks with a ripple cuff. And you can adjust the cuff length to what you want it to be. I just did a standard 4-inch cuff on mine, but you can adjust it to shorter or longer, whatever you want. And then the second one that's coming out in July is called Summer Sunset. And this is Summer Sunset. This one's a little bit of, this is a great one for beginning color work. It's going to teach you how to hold 2 strands together to learn how to do that. This is a cuff down, heel flap, and gusset sock. Lots of fun to make different colors. And all of these socks are made with Knit Picks yarns, and the pattern will tell you which yarns they are. And then the third sock coming out in August is, oh gosh, what's the name of this one? It's Summer's, oh shoot, now I have to look it up. Hang on one second. I can tell you. When you forget the name, it's really sad when I forget names like this. Autumn, I did this in autumn colors, so hang on one second. Nope, that's not right. Here we go, active patterns. It is called, there we are. Awesome. It's Summer's Last Glow. Sorry, guys, I forgot. Summer's Last Glow. This is a colorwork sock done in autumn colors because fall starts in September, and this is kind of like the bright sun moving into the darker days. And so these are also done with a Knit Picks yarn, and it is a cuff down colorwork sock. You can see there's a little bit of colorwork there, heel flap and gusset, and and the different color toe. So this is a great one to learn socks with as well. And what I'm not going to show you is in September, I always do, or I started last year, I'm doing it again. We're doing a 4-day sock challenge. In August, you'll start seeing registration open for that. And a sock challenge is you purchase the pattern and we all work it together. And then anyone who finishes a pair of socks in the 4 days, it gets put into a drawing for some prizes. So that'll be coming. I don't want to show you the sock is done because I have to do publicity for the yarn stores, the local yarn shops, because a lot of local yarn shops like to participate in things like this. So I needed to get them done so I can get them photographed and all of the promotional stuff for shops done by the end of March. So because I have to give them a lot of lead time. So that's coming too. So that's another one. So that's 4 patterns that I've already done. And then if some of you have seen me in the past wear this, I have this one that needs to be photographed. I'm just waiting to hear from my photographer when she's doing her next photography thing. But this is right now I have no name. It's a t-shirt. It's made with 6 inches of ease so that there are no shaping, but it does have sleeves. By adding that 6 inches, I get a short sleeve on this. And it's a bottom up in 2 pieces, no shaping except for the neckline. When you get to the front, you've got a V-neck here. I don't know if you can see it. If you were at Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Fest, you saw me wearing this. It's done in Forbidden Fibers Fortitude yarn. It's a fingering weight. And then I'm going to bring it up close. It's got a pretty lace bottom to it. It's a really simple pattern, and it comes in 9 sizes. I just need to get it photographed, but it will be out sometime this year. I don't have a date yet because I need them photographed first. So that's coming. And then, since we're talking about Forbidden Fiber, this is another one that I'm releasing sometime this year. This is called the Locked Loops Scarf. It's done in Forbidden Fibers Fortitude again in 2 different colors. And literally you're making 2 panels. And when you finish the second panel, you're crocheting them together. They're locked together with loops here in the middle. I have to block this. They haven't been blocked since I did this. And then there's a fun little locked looped edge on this that is, even though this is a scarf, you could put this edging on the blanket. It's very simple. It looks harder than it actually is. You're using 2 colors to make this cool little edging. That also needs to be photographed and will be out later this year. But I'm so excited to show you that because I've been working on that for a little while. The next one I want to show you, this is number 6. I'm not sure when this is going to be released either. And I have no name for this yet. But this is, let me make sure I've got the right side showing. This side, yeah. This is a 100% bamboo shawl from Theodora Pearls is the yarn. And this is fingering weight bamboo. And it's a black, and it's onyx is the dark color, black, and sunset is the orange color. This is also coming out this year. I don't know when. Again, I'm waiting for my photographer. So that one is coming also. And then one of the things I've been working on, so that's 6 patterns so far, is I'm working on some new classes. And one of them is Bruges lace. And this is just a sample for the class. I don't know. Even my Crochet Crew members haven't seen this yet because it's been on the blocking board. This is Bruges lace. You can see where it's locking into itself. And I'm working on a class. This will be in my Zoom classes later or Google Meet classes. as well as the if I'm teaching live or anywhere, I'll be offering, hopefully, some of the live events will pick this class for me to teach. And this yarn is Yarn for the Masses. And she does special dyeing of 100% acrylic yarn, believe it or not. This is 100% acrylic, hand dyed. And it's her fingering weight, sorry. The colorway, I think, is Enemies to Lovers. If you go to yarnforthemasses.com, yarnforthemasses.com, she will have this color. I just noticed that she still has it. I've had it for a couple of years, and this pattern just spoke to me with that. So if you're interested in learning Bruges lace, I can never say that right, this is a pattern that'll be available through that class. Okay, now the last 4 that I'm going to show you are, they're going to be a set. I'm not 100% sure when they're going to be released. They're going to be released kind of like the blankets have been released, where I release one at a time. And it's a series of shawls that are seasonal shawls. So I'm going to start with spring because spring is coming sooner than later. This is called the Water Lilies wrap. It is done in a assigned pooling color from Purple Lamb Fiber Arts. She's out of Texas. She's a hand dyer, does assigned pooling. And you can see, first of all, this is like Monet's Water Lilies is the colorway. But what assigned pooling does is, in this case, it's a variegated green blue background with pops of purple. And every time I get a pop of purple, I make a bobble. And this is one of those boomerang shawls. It turns out to be a triangle, but it's worked from point to point. So this turned out just, I love the colorway. So if you're interested in learning assigned pooling in crochet, this is a shawl for you. And these will be available, even though I'm going to be releasing them one by one, there'll be a collection, kind of like the what do you call it? I can't talk today. The blankets duo, where you can buy them as all 4 patterns together, or you can buy the ones you want to buy individually. And there'll be a discount if you buy all 4 together. And then summer. This is done with Alexandra, the Art of Yarn. This is right now is nameless as well. This is her fingering weight. I can't remember. Sun River, I think. I think this is Sun River yarn in 2 really bright colors. But this is unnamed, but it's kind of a lacy edge with a circular, so it's a half circle. It fits really well around you if you want to wear it like this, but it's also looks really good as a coat. On me, because I am so big chested, it's not always as cute, but when I put it on my dressmaker dummy back there, it looks a lot cuter than it does on me. But you can wear it like this as well. So or you can wear it in other ways too, however you like to wear your shawls. Okay, then fall. This is done with a new to me dyer. They're 2 girl friends that they owned a yarn shop in Walla Walla, Washington, and they closed the shop, but they were hand dyers. They had their own line. The shop was called Pearl 2. And this is called Pearls Before Wine, is their dye house. And this is also unnamed. This is another one of those boomerang style shawls, but it's done with, you guys can probably see that line that goes through it. It starts at this end and you work to a certain point, and then you start to bring just one side when the point is where you want it to be. This is done in 2 of their colorways that I bought from them last year. That's a fall shawl. And then the final one is also another boomerang. And this one's done in DK weight. This is for winter. I haven't decided what I'm going to call this one yet. But This is DK Weight, and it's done with Moon Glow yarns in her uh, polar freeze, polar something. She did a couple years ago. She still does brings it out, but this is also boomerang with stripes in it. And this is a big shawl. I don't know if you can see it, but you can wear it either around your neck or as a regular shawl. But it's so much fun. It's this one's worsted. It'll keep you warm, or not worsted, DK, and it'll keep you warm. So those are the patterns I can show you. I've got one more. It's still on the hook right now for the mystery crochet along. Plus, I have several others that I got yarn for that I taught at Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Fest last September. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more patterns that I'm going to be working on. And those I can actually show you as I'm working. So one of the things I'll be doing on these live streams is showing you all the things that I'm working on that week. So, and sharing news and things like that. So I am pretty much done with the long spiel of everything that's been going on, what I'm doing, what I'm working on, what's going to be coming. I'm going to open up the floor to the chat. There's a few of you who's still here who have stuck it out this long. So if you have a question for me about what's coming up, if you're not a Crochet Crew member, kind of, if you want to ask about that, you can, whatever you want to ask me. In the meantime, I'm going to put up really quick the giveaway. I'm going to share the screen here really quick. If you would like to win a copy of the Wanderlust wrap, you're going to type in the chat #New Year exactly as you see it here. If you type it in any other way, it won't register that you have entered, but I wanted to make sure I did show you that. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back. Anybody have any questions for me or want to ask me about what's coming up? Or I should mention too, if you're local to me, I will be vending all of my books and some of my patterns, and I do have one kit that I'll have with me at the Hermiston, Oregon Pearlside Fiber Fest. That's February 28th and March 1st. I don't have it on my website yet. I am going to be putting that up shortly. Also, I knew I was forgetting one thing. I'm going to talk about the cruise here really quick. If you're interested in going to Alaska, hang on a second here. I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to go to the front page. And then I'm going to Alaska in June on a cruise, June 13th through the 20th. We are, if I click here, this actually is a little different now. The refundable deposit is no longer available. I believe the pricing's the same, but I can't say for sure. It is definitely a go. So if you've been on the fence of whether or not to go on the cruise, it is definitely a go. We're going. And this is such a fun little cruise. There will be, sit and crochets. We're going to have a mixer when we first get on the boat. Actually, I need to put the new flyer up, but let me go to the itinerary here. Here we go. So then this is, she didn't change hers yet either. Tiva, who is the travel agent, she used to be a yarn shop owner here in Washington and shut her shop down during COVID and became a travel agent. Now she's doing these expedition fibers, and we're doing Alaska this year. She needs to we change that. She's currently on a Caribbean cruise right now, so I have a feeling she's going to change it when she gets back. But here's a little bit about both of us. And what's included is the prevailing rate, whatever the quote is. If there's a current promotion that's better than her group quote, she'll automatically apply it. So if you regularly go on Princess and you have some discounts, talk to her. She will get you whatever the best pricing is. The price includes all the gratuities, all the taxes and fees, the mixer, the cocktail party, we call it here, and the sit and stitch meetups. I'm doing a free crochet pattern that's not available right now to show. She's doing a free knit pattern. What's not included are your flights and transfers and all that, but she can help with you with all of that because she is a travel agent. If you're going to upgrade your any of the packages, drink packages, Wi-Fi, whatever, talk to her and she'll help you with that. Excursions, if you're planning to do any of the excursion. And then I'm teaching 2 crochet classes and she's teaching 2 knit classes. My classes, here's pictures of the lodging and stuff, but I want to show you the classes. Here, I'm doing my radical reversal shell class, which is a reversible fabric of shells. You're going to go home with a pattern to do. Actually, you're going to have a good start on a scarf using this technique. And that's going to be on the first day. Well, we get on the boat on the 13th, and that's going to be a sea day, the 14th. So I'll be teaching that in the morning. And then on the last day before we get back to Seattle, I'll be teaching Tunisian with a twist, which is the double-ended crochet hook. And I have converted some things that I've had that were older. I renamed it Tunisian with a twist, trademarked the name. So you can learn that as well. And those are optional. They're $35 each. So you can get both classes for $70 on the boat. And then I will be at the sit and stitch meetups. We are going to at different stops. I know Skagway is one of them for sure. We're going to go to yarn shops. Juno just opened a brand new yarn shop. She contacted me. We're going to set up a time for that. And I'm hoping on the last day when we're in Victoria, we will go to Beehive. It's 125 years old, that shop. I was there not last summer, the summer before with my best friend. It is an amazing shop. We arrived there in the evening, and I'm going to be contacting them to see if they'd be willing to come in late and do a quick little, allow us to shop maybe for an hour or two when we're there. So that's the cruise. If you're interested, you go to my website. I'm going to go back to my website here. Hang on. Can you, I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Yep. Go to my website and I'm going to go back to here and just click on this and you can get all the details and the link to that page. So if you're interested in going on a cruise with me, that would be fun. We are definitely a go. So I hope you'll be there. And Deborah, I know you're in Alaska. So contact me later and let me know what part of Alaska. I always forget. And if there's any of those stops that maybe we can meet up. So let me know. Anyway, okay, I'm going to open it up again. 2 questions now that I am done sharing that. The final date for the cruise, I should just mention really quick, to register is March 1st. She needs all of the fees paid in full by March 1st. So if you're interested in that, I'd love to have you. We've got people coming from Washington State, from California, I think there's one from Pennsylvania that's coming. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. My husband will be there. A lot of them have their husbands, or there's a couple people that are rooming together as friends that are going to be there. So I'd love to have you on the cruise. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody have questions for me? If not, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to be back next week, hopefully. And next week, I had a lot to share this week, a lot. So before I go, though, I need to do the giveaway. So one more time, really fast, I am going to share the screen with the giveaway. If you haven't entered, go ahead and enter. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to draw. There's only 3 of you that entered, so whoever wins, Linda, you have won. Yay. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this. Congratulations, Linda. I will be in touch with you shortly about, actually just ping me, Linda, and I will send you the link to get the download for free. And what this means is the next time I do a giveaway, you are not eligible, so you cannot enter. And I will keep a list of those people. I don't know that I'm going to do this every single week, but I'm going to do them at least once a month, the giveaways. So congratulations, Linda. And if nobody has anything for me, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys have a great week. And if you have any questions for me, let me know. If you have anything that you would like to see me talk about on these chats, I'm going to try to limit them to an hour. Some weeks it might be less than that. Some weeks it might be more. Right now we're at like 51 minutes. So I'm a little less than an hour, but some weeks it might only be 20 minutes, depending on what the week is like. So anyway, let me know if there's a topic you want me to cover. Otherwise, I will just be going live, showing you what's happening, talk to you, answer questions, that kind of thing. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye, y'all. Oh, I should mention too, the show notes after the show, I will have links to everything I showed. So stay tuned. I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.